Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. The last time I gave you guys an update on this surrogacy journey, I was only 25 weeks along, and I am now 37 weeks along. So it has been a good 3 months since I last updated you guys on how things were going through this journey, and I knew I needed to at least get in one more update before this little baby arrives. So I am at 37 weeks and 5 days today. Mom just got into town the other day, so I got to see her yesterday, and Dad is getting into town today. We are picking him up from the train station this afternoon, and I am extremely excited that they will finally be here for the arrival of this baby. This time has flown completely on this journey, and I can't believe that we are at this part of our journey, and I don't say that it's the end of our journey, because we certainly don't expect it to be. We are anticipating that this journey is going to continue on for the rest of our lives, and this has just been the very important part of it. So we're just anticipating the arrival of this little one. We actually just received our induction date yesterday. If baby doesn't arrive before then, baby will be arriving on December 2nd, which is my daughter Harper's birthday, and she will be turning 7 years old. I'm not sure how she's gonna feel about potentially having mommy gone on her birthday, which obviously makes me a little sad for her, but she'll do just fine. And then years from now, she's gonna think it's the coolest that she gets to share her birthday with my little belly buddy. So I'm not too worried about it. We're not gonna stress about it. We're not telling her quite yet, because I don't want her stressing for another week and a half if it's not necessary, especially if baby were to come before then. So in the past 12 weeks, we have gone through a lot. I have been in the hospital for preterm contractions at 28 weeks. And then again, about a week and a half ago, I was having contractions. At 28 weeks, they were approximately 2 to 3 minutes apart up on the monitor. They were debating if they were going to keep me in the hospital and need to give me steroids for the baby or not. But thankfully, they checked me. I was 2 centimeters dilated at that point. Or no, I was 1 centimeter dilated at that point. But after being in the hospital for 6 hours, I had no progression. So they felt comfortable in sending me home. That was very nice. I had been extremely worried having to call the parents, telling them that I wasn't sure what was going to happen, and I just needed them to kind of give us time to find out what the doctors wanted to do. So everything went okay there. And then about a week and a half ago, again, the same thing happened, having contractions very consistently. They started to get more uncomfortable, and basically we had to tell them that we were there, we were being checked out. I had only wanted to go to my OB's office to see what was going on. I didn't even go in for the contractions. I went in because I was having a lot of low pressure, and it felt as if baby had really significantly dropped, and he had, and at that point I was 2 centimeters dilated, 50% effaced, but there was no change after being there again, being monitored for a little while. So these contractions are what we would consider prodromal labor. So this little bugger is just giving me a hard time, I guess, through this pregnancy, but this baby will be worth it, so it's okay. When it comes to my gestational diabetes diagnosis, I have since been put on insulin for lunch as well as dinner. At lunch, I am taking 4 units of Humalog, and at dinner, I am taking 8 units of Humalog. My hormones just seem to really be intense in the evening, and my body cannot seem to handle when I'm eating a larger meal. So if I'm going out to eat, I'm usually doing about 13 units of insulin. And when it comes to breakfast, I'm totally fine. My fasting numbers in the morning have been totally fine. So I am also checking myself 4 times a day. So this has been a huge eye-opener for me, not only of really the lifestyle change that I need to have even after having this baby, of how I'm eating, because I'm that person that has always eaten what I want, when I want, and haven't really thought about it, and I really need to start making a change in my lifestyle, especially after this baby comes as well, just so that I don't develop type 2 diabetes. That is something that is a greater risk for me now to develop for the rest of my life. So they will monitor me after baby is delivered, and they will then check me anytime between 6 to 12 weeks after I have delivered baby, and then I will have to continue to get my A1C checked yearly. to see where I'm at. I'm hoping that it doesn't turn into type 2 diabetes, but going into this process, I knew that there was a risk that something like this could happen. And unfortunately, being diagnosed with gestational diabetes increases those odds. But again, this is something that I signed up for, and I knew that this was a risk, and to me, it is worth it for this little baby to be coming earthside and joining its parents, and that would be a small thing I would have to deal with for the rest of my life compared to not having this baby in our lives. So, I can hear my daughter just got home with her friend. Hello? Oh, are you filming your video? Yeah. Hi, video. Rain says hi. Can you leave that in? Yes, I can leave that in. Rain and her friend just got home. They had an early release today because there was a chemical fire at school. So they're now home at 11:45 in the morning instead of getting home at about 2:30 in the afternoon. So that was a fun phone call to get. Thankfully everybody's okay, so that's all that matters. Anyways, other parts of this journey outside of the gestational diabetes and the contractions, I am still currently working at 37 weeks. I only have 3 shifts left. I do payroll on Sunday, and then I have a shift on Tuesday and Wednesday. And that's Wednesday is the day before Thanksgiving, and then I am off on maternity leave for approximately 6 weeks if I have this baby vaginally, and 8 weeks if I deliver this baby through a C-section. So we'll wait to find out what's going on there. My goal for maternity leave is to relax as much as possible, enjoy the holiday season with my kids, and watch the Ellen DeGeneres show every single day at 3 p.m. because I never get to do that. And I work a normal, not Monday through Friday job, but a normal 45-hour-a-week job. So there's not much time for that, and I'm only catching up on what I can when I'm playing everything back on YouTube or EllenTube. So that is kind of my goal, is to do some simple things around the house and watch TV, specifically Ellen. That's my goal. And maybe make a puzzle, because I feel like I'm an old lady and that's just something I enjoy doing. Seeing Mom yesterday was fantastic. She is the sweetest thing, honestly. We went out to lunch after we had our appointment with the OB, and at the end, the waitress came up and looked at me and pointed at my belly and said, "Congratulations." And I pointed to Mom and said, "Thank you, it's hers." And the waitress looked at her and said, "Oh my goodness, congratulations." And Mom burst into tears, and it was the sweetest thing ever. And the waitress was like, "Please, I'm sorry, don't cry." And she said, "It's okay, it's happy tears." And I think it just made it so much more real for her to really think about how this is her baby in my belly, and any day now we are anticipating meeting this little nugget. So that was quite sweet and exciting. And also when we were at the OB's office, he said, "Why don't you go ahead and get dressed? I'm gonna go call labor and delivery so we can set up your induction date." And when he left the room, I said, "You watch, he's gonna tell us December 2nd, which is Harper's birthday, like I said." And he came back in the room and he said, "Okay, December 2nd. And I looked at her and I said, "I told you so." And then she looked down at the paper that had the date written on it, and I think it just hit her. And she started crying, which made me start crying. And we look over and my OB was crying as well. And I said, if something like this still moves you after all these years and you delivering all these babies and going through surrogacy journeys, you're in the right field. You're doing exactly what you were meant to do. It just meant so much to me that he was moved by our journey. And I'm so glad that I ended up with this OB for it because of that connection and everything. He's just fantastic. So that was quite sweet and just an emotional time for us. I'm trying to think. I have only gained, don't shoot me, I have only gained 14 pounds through this journey, and a lot of that is because of the gestational diabetes, because of me being much more aware of what I'm putting into my body. And since I'm still working and everything, I'm still somewhat active. So I haven't put on any crazy weight, which I'm thankful for with this being my 4th pregnancy. I was worried that I was going to put on quite a few pounds. Baby is estimated to only be, as of this past Monday, today's Friday, baby's estimated to be 6 pounds 12 ounces, so not as big as we were anticipating at this point. It was the 50th percentile for size, so we said that baby is absolutely perfect, which was very exciting because I was scared this is going to be a huge baby. Baby feels huge. So I am going to take a moment and show you guys my belly before I forget. This is at 37 weeks and 5 days. So I'm not sure how well you guys are going to be able to see without my camera. Okay, without my camera falling over. But this is my 37 week, almost 38 week bump. And with my tattoo, she hasn't done too bad. She's survived 3 pregnancies and looks pretty good so far. So that's my belly. I think one of the greatest parts of this journey has been our communication, and again, I mentioned last video, technology, because we have been able to use the app to be able to chat, and we have Facebook and we have Instagram to be able to follow each other, and on our social medias we share photos of each other and information about each other, and it's so nice for other people to be able to connect with our journey and to see what we're doing and get updates from us and everything. And I wasn't sure how that was going to work going into this and how private it was going to be, but it's so nice to be able to share kind of information about each other and for people to see these photos that we share and everything. And for me, it's been so great to see how loved this baby already is. Mom received a surprise baby shower, which really isn't very common in her country, I guess, but since baby has been growing here in America, I think they thought that that was a nice tradition to bring kind of back there and to celebrate this little one who is almost here. She was completely surprised, and there were about 19 family and friends that joined, all women, I believe. And so I got to see kind of her reaction on Instagram, which was really, really sweet to see how shocked she was. And she just received little gifts and outfits, and I just thought that was so kind of her family and friends. And to see again how loved this baby is makes it that much more exciting to know what this baby is going home to and how wanted it is and how loved it is. And then for our family to be here and our friends, my friends on Facebook, people that I really don't know super well, but we're acquaintances, or some of my people in my life that are much closer, our family and friends that are immediate part of our lives. They've loved this journey as well, and they've all been so incredibly supportive, and they're just as excited for the parents, for this baby to be coming. I think when you are a parent yourself, you have a greater grasp of what this journey might be like for them, or how emotional it might be for them to be longing for a child. And they actually had gone through 2 other surrogates before me, and Mom keeps saying how glad she is that it ended up the way that it did, because I ended up being the one to carry their baby. So that's a wonderful relief to hear, to know that they're so happy that I'm the one carrying this child for them. And I can't believe in just any day now that this baby is going to be in their arms and no longer in my belly. I think my son will be happy to have his mom's lap back, because every time when we read stories at night, he's kind of trying to push my belly out of the way so he can sit on my lap to read his stories like he normally does. But my kids have been so wonderful and supportive, and my husband has been incredible. He's been amazing during all of this. I couldn't have done it without him and his support, and just his extra help around the house or with the kids, or just lifting my son into his crib right now because I really can't. I couldn't have done this without my husband. You have to have an incredible support system to be able to do this, and that's something that I'll go over in a different video one of these days, whether it's before baby comes or after baby comes. At this point, it's likely it'll be after. But I really want to talk about the qualifications and the things that you kind of need to be a surrogate, or things that might make it so you're unable to be one. But having a support system, and a strong one at that, is incredibly important, and my husband has been a saint. So I think that's all I have for you guys. I just wanted to finally get on here and update you to let you know what's going on. My phone is currently sitting on my breast pump that came in, so I will be pumping for baby, as I've mentioned before, once it arrives. And then I'll be pumping hopefully after they have gone home, and I will be able to donate it. So that's really exciting too. I've never done exclusively pumping though, so it's going to be a learning lesson, and I have some great resources that I can reach out to, some wonderful friends that I can reach out to, and a lot of Facebook groups that have really helped a ton through this journey. But if you guys have any questions, please leave them down below. I would be happy to answer them, and hopefully on this next video, or I don't know how far it's going to be, we have footage of at least a little bit of labor and delivery. I don't know about delivery per se, but I think it would be fun to film a little bit of me going into labor, and kind of the idea of what it's like being in a different role of being a gestational carrier versus birth mom and having your own child. So I will keep you guys updated with all of that. Please pray for us that everything goes well, or if you're just more of like a positive thinker, give us positive thoughts and vibes, that everything goes well through delivery for baby and myself, and for these parents as they welcome their new little one. I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much for your support and for watching. I am so thankful that so many of you have loved this journey and everything, and have wanted to watch these videos. It makes me push to continue making them, and I have loved this content, and knowing that I can look back on this journey and that I documented it. So to have everybody watching and supporting and really enjoying this as well has made it that much more exciting. But I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks so much again for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, or hit the subscribe button. Can't talk, and now I'm out of breath and I'm flushed. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.